We want to turn to NBC's senior Washington correspondent, Hallie Jackson. Hallie, these hearings today are expected to be emotional. We've seen emotion many, many times after massacres like this one. Will it move the needle? That seems to be the question.
We just don't know yet, Savannah. It is the question. We do know that the hearing today is going to be intense. Gabe mentioned, you mentioned Mia Cirillo, that fourth grader. That is going to be incredibly emotional. But we're also going to hear from, for example, the town of Uvalde's only pediatrician who has talked about the horror of treating these kids after that massacre. You're going to hear from parents of survivors and victims from both Buffalo and Uvalde as well. Democrats leading the committee, leading this hearing, say they want to turn anger into action. The question, of course, Savannah, is, okay, well, what does that action actually look like?
Well, let's talk about that very thing. What's in, what's out? It seems the most controversial provision that's being debated is whether to raise the age limit from 18 to 21 for an assault rifle like the one the 18-year-old used in Uvalde. What's the status of that and other reforms?
So I would say some skepticism potentially on that piece, although, Savannah, it is kind of really interesting here. You're not going to see something really sweeping, right, like the assault weapons ban that President Biden suggested in his speech last week. But this issue of raising the age limit, you have the new piece of information we got from sources close to Senator Mitch McConnell that he is privately telling colleagues he would back that. But he's not publicly lobbying for that, Savannah. It's not clear that enough other Republicans would follow McConnell's lead potentially, with several senators suggesting to us it doesn't really seem likely to end up in a final deal. You know, Matthew McConaughey suggested that this time maybe feels different, and I think there's a lot of people across the country who might be going, yeah, this does feel different. Should we be feeling more optimistic? And here's the reality check based on the reporting that we have from Capitol Hill. Yes, talks are active and concrete and ongoing. Yes, those talks have been blessed by the top Democrat and the top Republican in the Senate. On the other hand, we would be remiss not to talk about the context of history here in the last decade since Sandy Hook. And you know this, Savannah, after that massacre, after, for example, the mass shooting in Las Vegas, after the shootings in El Paso and Dayton, you heard calls on both sides of the aisle for change. You heard that momentum after those shootings, but ultimately, no new laws were ever passed. So that is the sort of backdrop to this moment that we're in now. We should know more by the end of the week, at least clarity on where these talks stand, even if it's not like a final deal wrapped up in a bow and ready for a vote.
Yeah, there were talks before. Those talks collapsed. We'll see if that is the same fate this time. Hallie, stay on it. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.